first season with the Patriots with more interceptions than touchdown passes. Cam's lackluster year put the former MVP's future in question. But on our own Brandon Marshall's I Am Athlete podcast, Cam squashed any retirement talk, saying he cannot go out like that. Adding, quote, "There's not 32 guys better than me." Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings is with us, but I'm going to you, Acho. Is Cam Newton underappreciated?
Nah, he's not, big dog. And he is appreciated in the moment. We got to understand there's a difference between appreciation and respect. Appreciation fluctuates based upon what you have done for me, particularly what you have done for me lately, whereas respect is typically omnipresent. Cam Newton, he is respected, but he ain't appreciated always. I mean, Cam Newton had one of the worst seasons as far as being a quarterback passing the ball we've seen in NFL history, particularly in the last 20 years. So, Cam, this isn't necessarily the time to feel underappreciated. It's not even the time for us to say that Cam Newton is underappreciated because he's garnering the appreciation that he deserves. Let me take y'all back 2015. Y'all don't remember when Cam Newton had the whole world dabbing? Y'all remember when Cam Newton had the whole world hitting them votes? Like, Cam Newton had everybody and their mama dabbing. Cam Newton had everybody hitting them votes. So everybody at the time was appreciating Cam Newton because he was NFL MVP Cam Newton. Right now, he is fringe NFL starter Cam Newton, and he's getting the respect that he has earned, which isn't very much from a football perspective. The appreciation he's earned, which isn't very much from a football perspective.
Acho, I'm not going to say how much I like Cam Newton and all that. Everybody knows we do this all the time, Acho.
Yeah, y'all scared.
But no, he is not underappreciated for all those reasons. If you take me back to what you just said, what he used to do, he was valued. We applaud him. We do this with any and every player in our league, across the NBA, in sport.
Correct.
If you are performing at a high level, we applaud you. We put you on this high pedestal. We tell the world how great you are. But if you're not performing, then that means we have to take away from what we have been saying. It doesn't mean that you're not that if you can show me that you still are. But right now, Cam Newton hasn't done that. Last season, we can argue back and forth, but the stats don't lie. You can say, I can tell you every reason or excuse for Cam Newton that would allude to why he had the season that he had. And it wasn't productive enough for us to say that he is, yes, underappreciated. No, he's not. He's appreciated for what he's done. He was a great leader. Bill Belichick said that. I love his leadership skills. I love what he brought to the table, but it just wasn't enough. He left that part out because we want to act like 7-9 is the Patriot way. That's the standard. That's just not the case. It's not even what Cam Newton wants to do. So, like, let it be clear that he is what he is right now. Until he show us that he is that guy that he once was, he's what we saw last, and it's not good enough.
Man, here we go. Cam Newton is properly appreciated. Oh, man, in a world that we live in, especially the sports world, where it's supposed to be a meritocracy, guess what you are, Cam? You are what your opportunities say you are. Man, in this world today, especially in football, you better go out there and remove all doubt, or else they're going to be on your head. And there is a way to remove all doubt. Ball out. Simple as that. Woo! Man, I used to be a crumb in the NFL. Like, man, get out the way, Wiley. And then I used to be like, let me get out the way, because here comes Wiley. And then I went back to, man, get out the way, Wiley. But the point is, it was all related and correlated to how I was performing. Just that simple. And this is something that happens in life all the time, that people really want to go out there and act like they're greater than they are. But I check life receipts. You can say whatever you want to me, but did you accomplish your goals? And right now, Cam Newton can't even say last year he accomplished his goals. Yeah, he stayed healthy, minus the COVID departure for a game. But the point is, it wasn't Cam Newton. So a lot of times when life gets complicated, I look at nature, Mother Nature, because Mother Nature simplifies it all for us. A lot of times you read books about the difference between us as human beings and those animals in the wild, and they boil it down to these simplistic terms. They say the only difference between a human and an animal in the wild is our communication skills and the fact that we have a conscience. Like, we actually can think that we are something, and they don't necessarily. Why I bring that up? Because, boy, Cam, you got to look at this like nature, man. There are animals that survive and thrive and change their colors, change their ways, change their style, do everything they can do just to live, let alone do something. Cam, it's time for you to change them colors, brother. It's time for you to change them ways, because right now you're on the borderline of surviving, but you're definitely not thriving.
You are absolutely right. He's on the borderline of surviving. And when you think about, when people talk about, I'm not this, or like Cam just said, I'm not 32. That's not 32 better than me. Well, show me. Because if I was confident in saying I'm not 1 or I'm not 2, that means I'm close to the top. You even coming out of your own mouth and saying I'm not 32. Well, we know what you don't think you are. You're not that guy that's on the upper echelon of things anymore. So what you provided me is telling me that, you on the back end, you at that 30, 32 area. And I'm gonna tell you, this is what I've always said to myself about being disrespected. If I ever felt like I was being disrespected, it's either something that I have done or something that I haven't done that gave somebody the right to feel like they could disrespect me. So at the end of the day, I got to look at me. Cam got to look at him and reevaluate what those goals really are, and can I really meet them and get myself to the top echelon as he once was in his career.
Yeah, man, it's a moment of clarity. It's a moment of truth for Cam Newton. You got to be greater than his greatest excuse right now. And look, like you said, whenever you got to get into storybook form about your career, because it's really simple when you balling. Matter of fact, if Aaron Donald walked in here right now, you ain't got to say a word. You're like, ah. Now, if Cam Newton walked in here right now, you're like, you start sizing him up a little different. Like, is he limping? Is he still the same? Oh, no. And look, I respect and revere Cam Newton, but you put yourself in this position right here. So we've all been there through the highs and through the lows. And when you find Cam Newton in conversations around people that he doesn't want to be in company in because they're not that good a player, Cam, you put yourself in that position, and that's sad. But there's a moment of truth that he can resurrect from. Just be greater than your greatest excuse. Coming up, Deshaun Watson.